Trouble's like, pay attention to me. Oh, sorry. It was a horsefly. Hang on. Oh. She's like, why are you hitting me? Come here. Now she don't want nothing to do with me.
What'd you do to her?
I whacked her twice, but that's because I was trying to kill those.
Remember that time you bitch slapped Ramsey?
Yeah.
Speaking of Ramsey, where is
She had.
Where's Ramsey?
Oh, she's over there. She had those green-eyed, evil horseflies on her.
Oh.
And so I went to whack it.
And you like bitch slapped her?
No, it was on her side.
Oh,
And she's all like, ah! It's like, I was like she was in trouble, so she took off. I'm just checking everybody's eyeballs. The sheep ended up getting conjunctivitis. And we might have caught it before it became full-fledged pink eye. She's okay. Just checking your eyeballs. I got this spray. I'll spray you in the face if you had problems, but she looks good. You guys look good. Come here, Trouble. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was a horsefly. She's not used to me whacking her for no reason. Meh. Oh, we don't need the ivermectin. The ticks have cleared up. Her skin's still a little. I mean, the hair's gone, but the ticks are gone too.
Oh, good.
For the most part.
Good girl.
So.
Awesome. Maybe
something in the herbs, or maybe she's looking at salt block, that medicated salt block. Something's helping her.
Maybe she's a pain in the ass.
Well, or the guineas picked them off of her. I don't know.
They've been hanging out here a lot.
Yeah. Well, the ticks will fall off and go somewhere else and get on somebody else. So the guineas could have gotten them when they dropped off. Because they don't stay connected forever. It's probably over here. Oh yeah, my mulberry tree is still producing mulberries. This is my favorite mulberry tree. Well, one of them. It's my favorite mulberry tree on the land, and I got another good one at Kaplinger. So. Ginger and the two boys had the pink eye the worst. I mean, not pink eye, conjunctivitis. It wasn't quite pink eye yet. Ginger, yeah, your eye's looking a lot better. It's still a little pink around the outside, but for the most part, it's good. Oh, now what's her face? Melanie looks like she's got it. So I'm going to spray her face. Both the boys still have it. Shaggy looks like she's got it now. Alright. Now I gotta get to spraying eyeballs. I'll probably start with Melanie. Okay. Yeah. I was worried. I luckily got it in time. Hopefully, maybe this time. Last time it happened was in 2022. This is 2023. The goats had it. My former so-called friend, David Ray, was living on the land, and he saw that they had conjunctivitis, which is how they look now. This time, last time it was the goats. I didn't have sheep at that time, but it was the goats. I noticed Paul had it, but I didn't know what it was because I was still ignorant at the time, uneducated. David Ray was the one who knew this stuff, and I was relying on his expertise. But like Tony Robbins says, knowledge is not power, it's the application of knowledge that is power. And application trumps knowledge anytime, which is why I am more successful being less knowledgeable than he is being more knowledgeable, because he doesn't do anything. Anyways, he doesn't do what he says. He's just basically all talk. He basically let all or a lot of my animals die because he just didn't give a shit. He was, I don't know, he was just neglectful and cruel. He knew they had conjunctivitis, and he knew that it would become pink eye if it wasn't addressed, and he let it happen. And I don't remember now exactly how many goats I lost. It was, I think, 5 total that were, no, there was like 8 or more that were sick or dead. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 that died. My prize buck died. One of my nannies died. I can't remember who else died. 2 of my nannies died. No, wait, no. I can't remember who. Oh, Crybaby died. He wasn't that important, but nonetheless, it was the fact that he knew they had a problem and he didn't do anything about it. So, and he had said later he knew that they had conjunctivitis, and he didn't say he didn't do anything about it, but he didn't do anything about it. He didn't let me know. He just let me come home to find sick and dead goats on the property. And then he acted like he had no idea. And then later, he blamed me because he said one of the new goats that I bought had conjunctivitis. I was like, well, if you knew that, why didn't you say or do anything about it? Because he wanted them to get sick and die, or he just didn't give a shit, or whatever. So that was basically when we had our falling out, or that was the beginning of our falling out. We were already on the brink at the moment. So he just didn't care about, well, it was his goats too that got the pink eye. So I don't know why. I mean, it was not like he was punishing me. But anyway, he just didn't give a crap. Cleopatra got pink eye. Paul got pink eye. Another nanny that I had got pink eye, and I can't remember who else. Those were the survivors. So these guys, last weekend, I figured out they had conjunctivitis, and so I sprayed their eyes, and then my brother and Laura got this spray and the injection that I have to give them if I have to give them a shot. So I was hoping I wouldn't have to stab them in the neck this weekend, and so far so good. But these minerals might be helping too. I've got basically one of each block except for the selenium blocks. I got 2 of them, but one is a copper block, another is an iodine block, the other is a regular block. This is sulfur, these are selenium, and that's cobalt. So that way, and I'm gonna eventually house them in a shed like this one, so they don't start looking like this from the weather. I don't really mind that these get on the ground though, because it's putting nutrients back into the soil, so it's not that big of a deal. But you want to make sure you get a white one, because that way, if they need the salt, they're not going to go for the other salt blocks to get the salt if they only need the salt. And then that way they don't get too much of the other minerals that they may not need. So it's good to get one of each block. The reason I got two of those is because I got that one while I was looking for that one. Then I found that one, so I went ahead and got that one too. They're basically the same. That one's just bigger and cheaper. So, anyways. So, pink eye, conjunctivitis. So I was hoping I didn't have to stab them in the neck this weekend, and so far so good. They still just have the runny eyes, so we're just spraying them. We're just spraying them with this pink eye spray. And if it doesn't get any better over the weekend, I might have to stab them in the neck with the antibiotic. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. So something's wrong with Cinnamon. I'm not sure if it's depression or what. She's just like super skinny, skinnier than the rest of them. I've given her dewormer, and I also bought a dewormer salt block, medicated salt block, and she's been eating on it. But I'm not sure. Maybe it seems like she got depressed after she lost her baby. She was the first one to have a baby, and then the coyotes or something got it. I think it was coyotes. They got all the babies except for Pete. So then I went and bought Dodge. But anyway, so yeah, 2023, 2022. Like I said, my goats pretty much got pink eye, and I lost 3 or 4 of them. I have to go back and look how many I actually lost. And I was pissed. I was so pissed. And that was the last straw. That was when I finally decided to get rid of David Ray. I just didn't know how I was going to go about it. Then it turned out he was monkey branching to somebody else anyway. So I just severed our ties in as aggressive way as possible, so he didn't try to weasel his way back. Because he had other problems too. Come to find out, he had pedo history and probably current. He had a bunch of other problems. And basically, I just got rid of him for the same reason why his family got rid of him. So once I found out about the pedo stuff, I was like, you know what? I don't want this guy around me ever again. So I basically just ran him off. And it wasn't just allegations, it was people. Some of the people didn't even know each other. Most of the people did. But all these people started coming out of the woodworks asking me questions about his background and trying to investigate the pedo stuff. And they figured, well, since him and I aren't friends anymore, maybe I know something they don't know. And when we were friends, I might not have said anything. And I knew a little bit, but I didn't know enough. And then after piecing everything together with all the people that came forward, I went and talked to his family. I went to Kansas City, Father's Day, uh, to visit my father. And then I visited David Ray's family on top of that the same day, and basically done my own investigation. And that's basically what I found out. I found out a whole bunch of dark, creepy crap. So that's when I decided to get rid of him once and for all. But anyways, Pink Eye, that was pretty much the last straw. He was supposed to be, here looking after the land. I was paying him to do things around here, and he was living here scot free, and I was taking care of him. You know, um, he was supposed to be a friend, but he turned out to be a backstabber. But anyways, he was just a worthless eater, and but yeah, the pink eye thing, that was my last straw. That was, well, no, it was my second to last straw. The pedo stuff was my last straw, but I was pretty much done with them once the pink eye outbreak, and that's actually one of my first videos. So if you go way back um, in my history, one of my first videos, March of 2022, I think it was, um, when I made the video, and I basically posted all the evidence of how he claimed he checked on him that morning, but apparently he didn't, or he did and he didn't give a shit. So um, I screenshotted the text and put it in the video and everything, mostly just to see YOA. And I was also venting because I was really pissed off. But that was pretty much my last straw. And then I found out about the pedo stuff, and I got rid of him. So yeah, I was trying to do a sustainable community here at one time. Uh, I tried one more time after I got rid of David Ray and Sarah. I tried one more time with Josh and Sophie, and it didn't work out. So I'm pretty much done with all that. Now I'm just raising sheep and goats, and that's it. Laura, my girlfriend, is doing the pigs and the guineas. I ended up starting the pig deal and the guinea deal, but Laura fell in love with the guineas and the pigs for that matter. So she's pretty much taken over the guineas and the pigs, and I'm just doing the sheep and the goats. The sheep seem to be a little bit more work than the goats, but they both have their challenges. They're very similar in care, what you need to do, what you need to feed them, stuff like that. The difference is the goats need more copper and the sheep need less copper. So you got to find a balance there. Otherwise, you know, uh, sheep and goat care is pretty much identical. If you're doing hair sheep, if you're doing wool sheep, it's different. So, anyways, I got these guys locked up until Dodge and Pete are bigger. I think in 3 weeks they'll be big enough. You can see Pete, he's number 2. He's almost as big as the females. And Dodge, which one is Dodge? Oh yeah, there's Dodge. Dodge is there. He's getting Dodge is a little bit older than Pete, and they're both about the same size. So, but Dodge is a Dorper Katahdin cross, where Pete is mostly Katahdin. All these females, I think, are mostly Katahdin. They might have some Dorper in them, but they're mostly Katahdin. Where Dodge is a Dorper Katahdin cross. So he's a little bit older than Pete, and he's about the same size almost. So yeah, Pete's bigger though. So, but anyways, Pete's a weather, Dodge is a ram. Then I'm gonna get basically my theory. I'm not 100% sure on this, but my theory is if I get enough weathered rams that will equal a pack of coyotes, which they tend to be a pack of like 5 to 10. So I'm probably gonna have like 6 weathered rams and then Dodge. And so between those 7, they should be able to protect the herd. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we'll see how that works. when I can afford to, I'm going to get a llama. And a llama will also help protect the herd. I thought the goats might, because the goats are more aggressive. I thought they might help protect the sheep. Nope. The goats are racist. So, um, that being said, the goats protected all their babies except for two. They lost two of them. But other than that, the goats pretty much protected all their babies. So, but these guys, not so much. So I had to separate Pete and Ginger after all the other ones died, got eaten. So I separated Pete and Ginger, took them to Kaplinger for a little while till I weathered him. And then I separated, well, I brought him in, put them two together, pulled her out, put her over here. Had these two at Kaplinger until Josh, our friend Josh, got two fainting goats. So the fainting goats are now taking care of the weeds that the chickens don't. So I went ahead and brought these guys over here. And now we got this conjunctivitis problem. But I don't think Dodge brought it to the herd. Basically, the flies spread it, from what I understand. So, um, if there's a bad fly problem, then you're going to potentially have conjunctivitis problems. And it is contagious, so they will spread it amongst each other. So I probably should have kept them separated, but I didn't. But maybe doing this and helping them fight it off will give them some kind of antibodies to help them fight it off next time they get it. I'm not sure, but that's usually how it works with diseases and stuff. So if they make it through this, then they'll be stronger next time, hopefully. And whatever Cinnamon has, hopefully she makes it. I might have to take her to the vet next weekend because I'm worried about her. So, anyway, I'm only home on the weekend, so that's the problem. Vet's only open half a day Saturday, and that's it. But I'm thinking about switching divisions, so I might be working 10 days and have 4 days off. That way, I'll have time to take them to the vet if I need to or whatever. I have more time to do things during the week that I can't do on the weekends. The Ginger's looking a lot better. Her eye was swollen last week, swollen closed last week. So Laura's been over here spraying her eyes too while I was on the road, so she's been helpful, as best she can, you know. So, but anyways, yeah, I'll just spray them every day till I leave town, and hopefully they get better. If not, then I'll have to stab them in the neck next weekend. Hopefully, maybe not, but we'll see. All right.